What's up, guys? It's Cryptopher at steemit.com, Crystal Bear Kalaikai at facebook.com, Crystal Bear Kalaikai at youtube.com, G_male_baby at Twitter. And it's pretty much all you need to know, because Insta_Chris_Ness at Instagram, Insta-Christness. But I really don't do anything there on Instagram when it comes to political commentary. I just post things. But anyway, I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought it was time to do one on the bump stock issue. Real quick, I just want to cover some general issues. I don't really care to do a extended video, but just real quick, I think the Trump ban on bump stocks doesn't really affect me, and I don't really care because I don't like bump stocks anyway. I am against banning things because I don't think that's the way to really find a solution, and there might be another use for something and you might ban it and then we'll never discover it, never discover that new use because it's been banned from use. So that's why I don't like bans. But in the end, I think Trump is doing a political move to try to win over some Democrats because he probably needs their support in other issues, and the economy's not so good, and the Democrats will need to be on board if anything needs to be done. Trump's only been in office a little over a year, and he, for some unknown reason, took credit for the stock market rallying, when we all know that there's been manipulation in the stock market by the Federal Reserve and other central banks around the world for years now. So it really isn't up to the president, unless he's using the Presidential Working Group on Financial Markets, which uses the Exchange Stabilization Fund, which has trillions of dollars in it. However, how many trillions of dollars are left, no one knows, because FDR created the Exchange Stabilization Fund by stealing gold from people in the 1930s and making it illegal for Americans to own gold. They confiscated the gold at a certain level, and then they revalued the gold at a higher level and then sold that gold or liquidated that gold, and now they have all that cash profit, immediate pump and dump and immediate theft from the American people. So the American government has that Exchange Stabilization Fund, which automatically had trillions of dollars in it back in the 30s. And with investment and management, they could have multiple trillions or maybe even close to quadrillion dollars. So it allows them to buy things around the world, pump up markets, bail things out. But the reality of it is, it's created money out of thin air, and just by a government decree. And so inflation's coming down the road. But right now they're generating a credit collapse, so they have to do that in order to stop everyone from buying things. So I think another stock market crash is due, and bond market crash is due, because the bond market is way overinflated. And currently, as a result, you're going to see all assets are correlated. In other words, when something crashes, everything crashes. When something goes up, everything goes up, just because everyone's using credit to buy things. And with the Federal Reserve's announcement that they are going to be a little bit more dovish about things, maybe they're not going to have a strong dollar policy. They're going to be a little bit more controlled about raising interest rates. People are kind of scared about that, but they're still going to raise interest rates, so cost of borrowing money is going to go up, so credit's going to be expensive still. So and Americans are tapped out. Everybody's in debt, and they can't really afford to pay it. So you keep raising the price or the cost of that debt, you're going to have a credit crunch eventually. Right now, the interbank lending has slowed dramatically, if not ceased. And that was the first sign. Interbank lending means banks are lending to each other. They tend to do that when they get scared of each other. They stop lending to each other. So interbank lending stops. It's slowing down. And that's the first sign of a credit crunch. So like I said, that was the credit crunch was the start of the 2008 financial crisis, and I think we're going to have a repeat of that again, because everybody's in debt. They lowered interest rates to get everybody borrowing again. The Fed went in, used the Exchange Stabilization Fund and money printing to prop up markets and to bail out businesses that really shouldn't have been bailed out. And most likely we're going to see those businesses that were bailed out in 2008 that were about to fail. They were bailed out by the Fed and everyone was happy. They're probably going to fail again, because bailing out a business doesn't change its business practices, which caused it to be bankrupt in the first place. So most likely they're going to go bankrupt again. So we may see things like GE Capital going bankrupt again because they got General Electric got bailed out by the Obama administration. We may see General Motors going under. You may see all kinds of other businesses like that, because we saw that happen in 2008. The financial markets went under, and some businesses that had been around for over 100 years, 200 years almost, went under, and like Bear Stearns and things like long-term capital management, and these kinds of crises, or Enron, energy companies that are acting like banks. These kinds of crises bring about financial collapses, and it's almost like they scuttle the ship. I used to say this back in 2008. Whenever there are financial con games being played, they shuffle around the balance sheet, and they sometimes they put bad assets onto other balance sheets of other companies, of shell companies, and then they scuttle the company so that you never find out what crimes were really committed, because it looks like it was attached to the company that's going bankrupt, and they never tie it into the original company where everything is still going wrong. So I still believe in cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are also going down. Bitcoin did a nice rally, and the cryptocurrencies did a nice rally this past week, and everybody's excited that the bull market's back on. I'm not too excited about it, because I don't think the bull market is back on yet, because currently, like I said, everything is correlated. So if the stock market crashes, Bitcoin and all that are going to crash too. Bond market crashes, everything's going to crash. Commodities will come down, because everybody's buying things on credit, and it's only until the credit is purged, or until a real crisis occurs and the government starts bailing out everything, because people start crying for the government to bail everything out, not realizing it's going to destroy their economy in the future. Once they start bailing everything out, that's when the new rallies will start, and I think that's when the cryptocurrencies will really take off, because we need a real financial crisis for everyone to get pissed at the banking system and want to get off of it by using cryptocurrencies. So that's what I see coming. So the bump stock issue is there. I covered the markets issue. I have added a few short positions before this crash, so I'm okay. I took some profits on the last ones, so I used it to roll into cryptocurrencies, and then when everything started rallying again, I added to my short positions. So I'm okay again, and if the market crashes again, I'm insured. I don't care. Even if cryptocurrencies go on the toilet, I don't care, because the amount of money I'll make off of my short positions will cover all the losses that I have in anything else. So I'm sitting pretty happy. And if you follow that kind of strategy, where the next time the stock market starts to rally, and I'm going to take some of the profits, I may lose a little bit of some of that profit, but I don't care. I'll just take my profits off the table, and if I see the markets rally again, I'll reposition and add in short positions as it rallies again, because I think a big crash is coming, and I don't want to miss out on it. But again, my leveraged derivative positions are a very small percentage of my portfolio. 1 to 2%, because of margin call issues. You need to have the money to back up if you get margin calls, so I don't go heavy on it. I could probably, if I gamble at the right time, I put all my money on derivatives, yeah, you could probably become a multi-billionaire if you do it at the right moment, but who knows what the right moment is? Nobody does. So I just add all my, what I consider, insurance policies as I go, so that I'm covered on the downside if everything goes. And then I also cover on the inflationary side. So I have an inflation-deflation strategy where, and I think deflation's coming first. They're starting to pull the plug on the economy. They just don't want to do it too fast, because if it crashes too fast, rebuilding will be ugly. So trying to bring the plane down, not on the runway, but they're going to bring it down on your house, and you may lose your house in the process, and they may lose the plane, but at least the runway and the airport is intact, and they can always go back to the airport and the runway later. And I think the new airport and the new runway are going to be cryptocurrencies. So as I see it, I wait for the crash to occur. Bitcoin may go down again, which is great, and I'll pile in there again when it drops. It dropped today, but I don't see it as a good point to entry, because the last time I entered was around 6,000, 7,000 Bitcoin. So if it drops to 5, I'm going to pile in and grab Bitcoin with both hands and HODL, man. I'll HODL my crypto all the time, right? So you hold on for dear life. You just Set it and forget it, as I say. So when the markets crash, you buy low, forget it. And when they rally, you sell high, forget it. All right. And another way of selling is to short. So that way you can make money no matter what the markets do. And that's what wealthy people do. They make money no matter what the markets do, and they don't stress about it. And I don't stress about it. Plus, I got a job too, so I got income coming in from there. So multiple streams of income. What is it? Robert G. Allen, I think, is the author. Multiple streams of income book. He shows you how to make money all the time. It's all about monetize. Because when you're poor, you become evil. You start get greedy, you get desperate, and you steal from other people, and you hurt other people in order to survive. But when you're wealthy, c'est la vie. You survive and you find ways to thrive and to help others. So you'll be there to help others when times get tough, instead of being one of those evil people that didn't manage your stuff properly. You were selfish, you spent all your money, and now you're broke and you're asking for everybody else to take care of you. That's your fault. You should have been managing your stuff properly instead of being selfish and buying the latest phones, latest cars, latest clothes, latest this, that, and then some, trying to keep up with the Kardashians who are multimillionaires because they're making money and you're not. Really, this is something that you need to prepare for. Times are going to get tough. You need to start spending properly and managing your money properly and investing it properly so that you can survive it. And again, like I said, cryptos, I think, are going to be the new system. Whether the banks want it to be the B system, you can choose that. If you want to buy Ripple and the Fed coin, go ahead and do that. I'm not part of that. I don't care how much Ripple goes up and how many banks adopt it. I'm not buying Ripple. I could give a crap about Ripple. I want it to go in the toilet because it's a central bank, central authority, beast, authoritarian, tyrant, dictatorship type coin. And I would never go into that kind of cryptocurrency. I'm going to stick to my Bitcoin and other coins like that give you the freedom to decide and to preserve your own wealth, and nobody knows who owns it and how much you own it, except for the banks, whether you when you do the transfer from the bank account to buy the Bitcoin. So but it's a way for us to somewhat separate from this system, and you can still mine the Bitcoin unbeknownst to the banks, so they don't really know how much you have, and then you just keep it in the crypto sphere. So if the other economic system, the fiat currency system, collapses, who gives a crap? Let it go. All right, y'all, that's my video. I'm at 12 minutes, a little longer than I wanted to go, but I started a rant. So peace. If you like, subscribe, and smash that bell, that notification bell, so you know when I do another video. And on Steam it, upvote and re-Steam for me. And you can drop me a comment. We can discuss some of these issues if you want to. All right, love y'all. God be with you. Peace.